Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Parker, and I'm gaming over 40. Today, I am checking out Beastro, the demo for Beastro, available on Steam. And yeah, I already did a game to kind of get used to the controls. Oh, good, you're awake. Come on. So this is a best way to put it is it's a until I regain my strength, I thought I would spend some time here and heal. You can stay as long as you need, but we have work to do. Work? Are you not worried about the remnant? What do you want me to do? I'm a chef, not a caretaker. I'm sure they'll get it locked soon. This is what they've been preparing for. Right. Do you think they expect me to be out there? Everyone assumes you're dead. Until last night, no one had seen you since, well... Aren't you too young to know about that? The wiping out of an entire flavor? Chef, remember? Not having spicy around is pretty obvious. You did what you had to do to save everyone else. And besides, if you go back out there, I don't think you're coming back. Just come with me. We'll run through the chores, and we can meet up with Travers and open the restaurant. Give it a day or two. We'll get you ready for battle. The Delishkins are up. Time to get going. Okay, so this game is a mix of a restaurant. I wouldn't call it a sim. A restaurant game, a farming game, and a deck builder. Let's see how everyone's doing this morning. It'll only tell me once what something does once I pick it up for the first time. And let's select seeds. And I'm going to do raw rice. Alright. Grab some grubs. These are Delishkins. The animations in this game are so cute. The art style is wonderful. It's got some clear references and some clear inspirations, I guess I should say. But it has its own unique style, and I love that. Alright. So, the game is an interesting mix of things, and I don't think I've ever seen... I know that there are restaurant deck builders, sort of. It's based on combat. We'll get to see that very shortly. Combat is interesting. I'll put it to you that way. I do enjoy it, though. I thought I watered this already. Okay. Let's come over here. Feed the cow leaves. Let me pet it first. The animal's design in this game is also pretty amazing. It's like a sheep and a cow mix, or a camel, cow and sheep mixed, or possibly ram. Let's throw the leaves. There we go. Go on, go eat. Hopefully, yeah. And tomorrow I shall have milk, I think. Okay. Grab another one of these, because they're also used in fishing. Because, of course, there's fishing in this game. Come over to the shop. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Alright, morning, Panko. I've got Travers' delivery order for today. I haven't seen him yet, so do you mind taking it to the restaurant? It's a great mix of staples. I even took a nibble to test the quality, and my stomach has been rumbling ever since. Thanks, Orso. I'll get this to him so he can prep for the day. I mean, I might as well buy everything that they have. Mixed veggies up. Okay. I like being prepared. I know this is a tutorial, so there isn't much that I have to do. I've already went through the tutorial on another save just to get acclimated with the game. I will say the controls are pretty good. It is meant for controller. That's how the deve- the developer wanted it to be played too. It does state that on Steam. Good morning. How's the catch today? Fantastic. There are a few pockets of fish out there today. You should gather up some grubs and try your luck at the pier. I'd love to see some fish on the menu soon. Okay. So we'll come down here and I will grab. We'll see if there are any out here. There are. There's a few things to grab. Maybe just one. Very cool. Take this. Okay. So I'll go over the next card that I find that has any effects on it. Or I can also go through the menu, I guess, and look. Okay. Fishing's super easy. You cast and you pull. That's it. You don't have any mini game or anything. The only mini game is kind of like skee ball. Just gotta get it in the circle. Pretty simple, and I kind of like it that way. I feel like I didn't like Stardew Valley's fishing system. It was a little too overreactive for me. I like this one, and I kind of like Coral Islands fishing system. So that's what I'm kind of comparing it to. Okay, rainbow fish, flashy and bright rainbow fish always put up a fight. Said attack boost enhancer level 1. When played as an enhancer on a winning trick, do a +1 bonus to attack. So, any ingredient you catch, or harvest, or find can be used in a cooking minigame, and we're about to go over that now. But the cooking minigame allows you to build the character that is fighting. You can build their deck that way. Hey, Travers, got delivery from Orso. It's not usually this charred, right? Travers. I don't think he's here. He's here. He's always here. We were supposed to cook mushrooms today. He loves mushrooms. You still have mushrooms in Palapori? Everything seems so different now. Well, no, he lives outside the wall and brings them back. Outside the wall's protecting you all from the wilds and the monsters. It's never mattered before. He's always here, and then you show up, and now he's not in this place as well. Look at it. I have to find him. Are you just going to leave things like this? I'll deal with it later. I gotta go talk to Bull. So there is a dialogue slider in the settings menu for audio. So I don't know if they plan on adding game characters and voiceovers later. Obviously they do. So I think this is just a demo thing where they don't have it. I don't know how far into production this demo was made. So this could be one that they keep up to date, and they might include speech when it happens, or they already have it and they're not going to include it in the demo. Let's see. And Bull is over here. Bull, have you seen Travers today? Can't say that I have, but he never enters through this door. I've been guarding this spot ever since my little pads could lift the lock bar. Not a soul has ever entered through this door. Yep, no one has come through that door. Panko, who is this? Oh, she's Flambe. Great to meet you, Paolo Porian. You'll find my signature in the guest log throughout all of history, though it's been a while since I was last here. Wait, really? Oh, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I just assumed you were dead. I almost was. Panko found me last night, and he's been helping me regain my strength. I apologize for sneaking in, but things got a bit dire when the remnant opened up in the marshlands. You're safe here, Flambe. We built this wall to protect us from everything out there. Unlocked remnant or not, this door is remaining shut, and my friends are going to be protected. I can keep an eye on things from here. I hope so. And seeing as we have you, the actual guardian of Solido, here in town, I'm sure we'll be fine. Yeah, right. I'm sure I'll heal up quick, too. Exactly. And in the meantime, traditions are traditions, and you will need to sign the guest log. I'll make sure to do so today. Wonderful, Panko. Should I be worried about Travers? I'm not sure. I'll go check his secret entrance. I'll let you know if he comes this way. I'll keep things locked down as always. Alright, Flambe, what did you write? It's been nearly 300 years since I last spent time in Palapori. I feared I would not be wanted, but the welcome has been as warm as its weather. I hope I can keep it that way. Very, very good sentiment. I will say, the writing in this feels a bit off, and I'm not sure why. The way things are stated in some of the conversations, they don't read correctly, and I don't know if it's just the way I'm processing it, or if the way it's written is a little bit off. It doesn't feel like AI off. It feels like more like someone doesn't quite know how to structure their sentences, maybe. But this could, again, don't know how far into production this is. I mean, it seems I haven't had any crash or hang-ups or anything that shows that it's very early. It actually feels kind of good to play, like as if it were not in release. Well, yeah, like it were in release date. Oh, I never looked at the skybox. Oh, that's cool. I like the artistic direction. I mean, I know it's... Does it? Oh, it doesn't... Okay, it's all unique. I like that. I wish there were movement in it. That's the one thing I feel like this town needed a little bit more of. Yeah, you have NPCs that move and walk around, but they aren't exactly living like... Well, most of these don't usually have that anyways. Alright, this is how Travers usually comes into town, but when he left I stacked those rocks on top, and now they're here. Why do you stack the rocks? Travers says so it knows if the boulder has moved. He must have come back at some point and then left again. That's why the kitchen is a mess. He's probably getting stuff to fix it and was in a rush. Do you want to go out there and see if we can find him? I'm not made for that. Palopori is a town of artisans. We were left behind because we were not built for fighting, so I'd probably just die. So what do you want to do? The town still has to eat, and I need to think, so I guess we will just get on with it, and I'll figure something out. What about the broken oven? Let's see if Thea has some parts. Well, the design of the town, it can be confusing at first, but I kind of like the layout, and it does lead to some beautiful vistas too. It is a it's almost a fairy tale like setting, and I like that. Alright, let's go to the shop, which... Okay, where's the indicator? There it is. Alright. So we'll go up over here. I do like the indicator. I kind of wish it animated a little bit just to show... movement will bring your eye to where it's at, but it could also look busy, so I understand not doing it. Why, hello, Chef. What can I help you with? You haven't seen Travers today, have you? Not today, but I don't usually see him until evenings. Is something wrong? I'm not sure if something's wrong, but things definitely aren't right. The restaurant is in shambles, and Travers is nowhere to be found. I think maybe it caught on fire. The oven is broken, and everything is a bit burned. This is concerning. Well, I don't have any oven bits at the moment, but I have been dabbling with the idea of expanding my wares. I would no longer be constrained by the whims of the wilds and what washes ashore. I can smith objects of my own imagination and maybe even yours, if you happen to find some inspiration. Yes, I think I can fix the oven, but I will need some iron ore, and if you don't have, and I just don't have any right now. But there's no ore in Palopori. That could be a problem. Well, I'll try to sort an alternate solution, but if for some reason you find some more, I'll have the plan unlocked in my shop. And I'm sure, much like the ore, Travers will show up soon. Yeah, he's probably still getting some mushrooms. It doesn't usually take this long, but that's likely it. Exactly, and the oven could have had an ember in it still that exploded or sent smoke everywhere. Yeah, you're right. We just have to get on with the day. And then this is the shop. There's something in the garden. I guess I can buy more garden beds. I didn't know that. That's cool. Cost 75. Okay. What do you want to do? We should go get things cleaned up. We never miss a service, and even with a broken oven, we still have folks to feed. Alright, so clean the restaurant. This is my next quest. Usually I find quest logs on the main UI a little jarring, but the art style lends itself to the game, so of the log specifically does lend itself to the game, so I kind of don't mind it this way, and it's still easy to read. Alright. Clean up the shop. No minigame with this, you just cleaning up the shop, removing debris, and setting up decorations. I do like... Oh. Okay. Only that available. Cool. Yeah. There's also mini games in this, like normal for cooking-based games. That we'll see very shortly. What am I missing? I don't see any more exclamation marks. Oh, okay. You can only have one of each. Got it. What am I missing? Let's see. Once people see my fire, they'll be ready to eat. You've got this. Just do your normal routine. Head back to the kitchen, prep everything at your stations. Once you have finished, deliver the meals to our guests. Well, that's weird. I feel like I've cleaned the restaurant. I don't see anything else to clean. I mean, there's all this, but I don't have anything to repair it with. That's weird. So there's one more thing that I'm missing somewhere. I don't know where it's at. Need to practice cooking. Alright, okay. Well, this is interesting. What am I missing? Maybe I go outside and reset it. Perhaps. Let's see. Oh. Okay, well, this didn't happen to me the other day. Oh, yeah, right. see, there was a bit of wall missing, or that needed attention. I don't see it anymore. That's it, though. Okay, there we go. Okay, next, use the menu on the counter. So it's this thing right here. And I'm going to select... I can do everything. Alright, so we'll do everything then. And open. Alright, customers are coming in. Guests are coming in, I mean. Let me get over here and saute. This will start a mini game. So, void thread bubbles. Now, I do like these mini games. They are pretty fun and imaginative, actually, very much. Even though they're like the same thing as many other restaurants. I'm gonna say simulation, but that's not quite the word for it because this really isn't simming anything. I don't think. This is really... well, whatever. Alright. Aim for the flaming pots. Oh, went too far. Oh well. I don't think I'm, like, wasting anything, at least. And there is an indicator as to where you're going to aim if you look on the right side. Along that bar, you can see what you're aiming for because it's separated into segments. Just okay. No. Alright, rhythm game, kind of. Alright. There is no punishment for not doing it right like this. You just get less XP. Well, I haven't fully failed either, so I don't know. But there's also no punishment for going outside of the chopping rhythm. That's fun. Okay, so you gotta rush over and give them what they want. Who wants what? Okay, you're over here. And then there's a timer on it. And the timer seems to go faster when you're holding it, which is kind of cool. Alright. Very cool. Got it. I don't know what the 2 and 10... Oh, yeah, the number. That's really cool. Okay. So I do like this system. It does put a little pressure on you, though. Ah, so this is what smells so good. Can I take a seat anywhere? Quite quiet, Tum. We'll get something in you soon. Alright. It smells amazing in here. Not like home, but whatever you're cooking seems great. Who are you? Oh, right. You don't get many outsiders here. We've never gotten an outsider here. Well, I guess until last night. I'm Uishi, an umami denizen, one of their caretakers. I left our haven back in Portobello to fight the monsters near and protect the umami spirits of the marshlands. So what brought you to Palopori? It was out in the marshlands and needed a break. I saw your big gate and remembered there was supposed to be a town just on the other side. The lovely guard let me in when I told her I needed a snack. She said the restaurant has the best food in all of Salido. I could use some nourishment before I head back out into the wilds. You're going back out there? Of course. I believe there are some spinoots native to the region nearby. I need to make sure they're okay, and if I take down a monster or two, that will keep them and the spirits safe. Seems like a good plan. I think I can help you out. Any requests? I saw some delishkins on my way over. I would love an egg in my meal. I also like some flavors more than others. I always feel more energized if my meal matches my palate. I can figure something out. Okay. This is the recipe creation system, and it's a really neat game of balancing flavors. And it's the first time I've seen a chef RPG of any kind or a restaurant game or whatever tried to attempt this in this way. You'll select a recipe base as the foundation of the meal. Recipe bases have their own fixed placement on the board, flavor profile, and set of cards associated with them. Start by selecting the rice bowl. Alright, put the rice bowl down. Great, now you have a recipe base. It's time to add ingredients to make it your own. Select an empty square on the mise en place board to open the ingredients list. And I'm then going to, this is the ingredients list where you can select an ingredient from your inventory and place it on the board. You'll learn all about the ingredient you have selected here on this card. Each ingredient has a flavor type, flavor weight, and card values. Some even have special effects. Every ingredient you put into your meal adds a card to your deck. Try to select an umami delishkin egg and place it next to the mixed vegetables. Alright, it's a pretty simple system, I think. But at first it doesn't seem like it. Okay, we'll do that. And then delishkin egg next to the mixed greens. Great, now you place an ingredient. You can see how it affects the flavor profile here. The caretaker's palette shows the amount of each flavor they want in their meal, indicated by a target range. For each flavor within its target range, a caretaker will take a bonus +5 stamina for their adventure. This is also where an ingredient's flavor weight comes into play. The stronger the weight, the more it will increase that flavor in the meal. Keep an eye on the flavor palette to see how much an ingredient changes the flavor. Above the flavor palette is the caretaker's specific craving. Oishi wants a delishkin egg, which you've already given him, so now he has gold star. Well done. Fulfilling a caretaker's craving will help you build a relationship with him. A good relationship will unlock perks to help in combat. Place one more ingredient for this meal. Select another empty square to open the ingredients list. Give Oishi a sour card by selecting a cow milk and placing it next to the egg. I'll do it this way. This is a flavor wheel. It shows the relationship between all flavors in our world. Some flavors enhance one another, increasing the air weight, while others balance the other, decreasing their weight. The umami delishkin egg balances the bitter mixed veggies, while the sour cow milk enhances the umami delishkin egg. Flavor relationships goes both ways. For example, sour enhances umami and umami enhances sour. The relationship affects overall flavor profile of the meal. Maybe you need to lower your bitter flavor profile to match the target range, or try placing a bitter ingredient next to an umami to lower both their weights. This is a caretaker's deck. The deck will be used in combat and is assembled from the choices you made from your recipe base and ingredients, but we'll dive more into that later. Great, let's serve Oishi this delicious meal. Alright, so it's not going to let me do anything else, even though I should be able to. Yeah, I'm sure I want to serve it. Oh, the animations in this are adorable. Flavors matched. Okay. Awesome. That was quite delicious. Okay. So, talk to Flambe in the tree. Ready to close the restaurant for this evening? Yes. There's nothing else we can do. So day 1 night, which... oxymoron, maybe? You're not going to believe what happened. Like, I knew I felt weird after your cooking, but I didn't know how weird. Okay. It's a good thing, I think. Well, I don't know, but it's a thing. So what happened? I have to show you. I put something together with the help of Fia and Gia, I think. Meet me at the tea house when you're ready. Alright, but first, I do have to catch a hoopfish at night, so I'm going to come over here and look for glowworms. I do like the sparkle effect in this game because it is somewhat subtle from a distance, but enough to catch your eye. Like I said, animations do tend to pull your eye towards things, and so that little bit of glow is all that's needed to tell me that there's something over there because they actually move. Alright, let's go do some fishing and see if I can get it. Hoopfish are weird. Again, I love yeah. Yeah, it's a life preserver as a fish. I'll get a cup. I'll use my 2 glowworms for now. Another hoopfish. Yay. So one thing that I used to do in WoW is I loved fishing. I did play World of Warcraft and I used to love fishing. So this game gives me that chill vibe when I fish, and it just brings a smile to my face. The thing is, I've never fished in real life, so I don't know why I get such a big smile from that. Well, I have fished, but not much. Twice, I think, in my life. And all before the age of 16. Over here. Alright. So this is really neat. Now I'm going to talk about the presentation before this starts, because there's a lot of tutorial in this. This is a battle section. It takes place on a puppet stage, on a puppet theater. This is just such a cute art style to use, and I love it. I praise the developers for this one. Isn't this amazing? We built a puppet theater. I mean, it's pretty fun. Who's in there? We'll talk about that later. I need to show you what happened today in the wilds. I want to hear all about it. Okay, here it goes. So I went back into the marshlands just as I had planned, but my stomach was dancing and twisting. I wasn't sick, but something was off. I did my best to ignore the rumbles. And then this is the map selection screen. An overworld. I didn't expect this. This is really cool. It took only a few steps before I realized my tracks were not alone. Something had trudged through this mud before me, something I'd never seen or read about, and then I look up and see what was ahead. A plant approached me. As I reached out, but it did not seem friendly. My stomach lurched as the rumble grew stronger, and then I could feel it. The flavor magic was within me, giving me power. So I listened to my stomach, and suddenly I had channeled the magic of the flavor spirits to fight off this little toothed planter, which is called a minion. Again, everything about this is just so lovable. Welcome to combat. The meal you cooked for your caretaker has set them up for battle and influencing their card stamina and abilities. Your goal is to defeat new monsters to earn new ingredients to help caretakers venture farther into the wilds. Beastro's combat takes place over a number of rounds. Each round, the monster will play its card first. The monster card will set the flavor type and of the round, also known as leading the trick in card games. Your goal is to match the monster's flavor and outscore them. We'll go over this in more detail now. The minion means business. It played an Umami 2 card. The key pieces of information are the value indicated by the number at the bottom, flavor indicated by the color of the card and the symbol on the bottom left, the ingredient reward as loot if won, is shown by the icon in the middle, and then the balancing flavors icon is shown in the top right, which we'll learn more about later. Now the monster has set the flavor in the round. Let's see what we can do about it. As mentioned, the main goal is to match the flavor played with a higher value. Playing a card with incorrect flavor will result in an automatic loss. There is one exception to this rule, which we will explore later. Taking a look at your hand, you have just the thing for this minion, an Umami 4. Select it and place it into the staging area. That should do it. Now you've selected a card. A few pieces of information on the screen will tell you how the round will play out. Since you're winning the trick, the monster will show a shield on their card indicating they are blocking. The monster card also lowered in height, showing your card is winning. That brings us to card comparison for damage. The card being played here are compared against one against the other. Your higher value card, Umami 4, is beating the lower value Umami 2, which means you'll hit for 2 damage from your card's magic. 4 plus minus 2 equals 2. Uishi's base attack value of plus 3, indicated by the number on the sword, is also added to the total. So a grand total of 5 damage is being shown on the minion. Now it's time to lock in your turn. Press play to commit to this damage and hit the minion. I love that there's an after attack indicator on cardboard, and also there's a cute death card as well. It's really cool. Both monsters and caretakers have stamina. When a monster's stamina reaches 0, you've won. When your caretaker's stamina reaches 0, the venture ends and you'll lose a percentage of your loot. Monsters also have a base attack. If they win the trick, the same card comparison as before plays out. The caretaker takes damage. Now that you have the basics, finish this minion off. So we know we're going to win. That's so cool. I love that they have a little death card. It seems the minion would set the flavor of magic and value I'd need to overcome. If my flavor magic matched the monsters and had a higher value, I'd attack. If my magic were weaker, I'd be attacked. However, as long as I matched flavor, I could block some of the damage of the attack. Let's see what else flavor magic can do. Alright. This minion seems to be up to something. It played a bitter 2 card. Lucky for you, just like the mise en place, flavors in combat can be balanced and enhanced. In this case, you're balancing monster flavor cards. On the monster card balance, the balancing flavors icon is shown in the top right. Bitter is enhanced by umami, and you have plenty of umami cards. I said enhanced, I meant bitter. Balanced. You can also see which cards will balance the monster's card by looking at your hand. Your balancing cards will be jumping with magical power. You can access the flavor wheel in combat to review how flavors balance and enhance one another. This time, instead of matching, the monster's flavor will play its balancing flavor. Let's balance the bitter 2 card by placing an umami 4 again. When the monster's card is balanced, its value is cut in half. In this case, it cuts bitter 2 down to a bitter 1, leading to greater damage. Just like mise en place, the relationship goes both ways. An umami card balances a bitter card, and a bitter card balances an umami card. However, you don't have to worry about your cards getting balanced. Since monsters lead the rounds, only their cards can be balanced in combat. Now play your umami 4 to finish this fight in 1 hit. That's very cool. Okay, the monsters sets the flavor of the fight, and it's up to me to pick a card that matches or balances the monster's flavor. If my magic is stronger, I attack. So I'll look for one of those 2 flavors in my hand each time I encounter a battle. Balancing a monster's magic cuts their value in half, giving me a great advantage. Oh, another one. This minion has a card equal to the highest value in your card. However, you can tackle this by enhancing your card. Start by playing a 4. The bottom left of a corner of a caretaker's card shows an enhancing flavor, following the same rules as mise en place. Enhancing goes both ways. In this case, umami is enhanced by sour, and sour is enhanced by umami. Enhancing combines the value of 2 played cards, helping you outscore the bigger cards played by more powerful monsters. After you play your main card, you will have a chance to enhance it. Cards that can enhance the main card will balance in excitement. And don't forget, you can view the flavor wheel at any time. Now enhance Umami 4 with a Sour 3 to really send this minion packing. And then play it. Okay. And it's dead. Select the next one. And then I found what I've been looking for, a Spinoot tail. I knew they were out here somewhere, but usually the Spinoots are in the same place where they drop their tails. But I don't see any around. I decided to grab the tail and investigate. Okay, this is different. I wasn't expecting a dart-like game. Yes, oh no, this is very dry. They're distressed. They'll head to the wettest area they can find. Okay, water. Where would they go? The streaming kelp trees. That would be the safest and wettest place to hide out. So not all of these will have encounters, which it shows on there too. And then I saw some weeds dancing next to the mud. They were traveling in packs now. Look, two minions are here for this encounter. You'll play one card to fight for both monsters, as you can only cast one spell per round. Your card will play against each monster independently, and it will fight against the nearest monster first and the farthest monster second. With two monsters, there will be some rounds where you'll be able to attack both monsters with one card, and there will be others where it's impossible to beat both with one card. In those instances, you might decide which monster to take damage from. In this case, you can beat both by playing a higher value Umami card. Alright, let's go. Cool. Alright, next, do it again. Nah, I'll just stick with what I know. Will work. Okay. I know the other one would work too, but this is easier. Yeah, absolutely love the way this plays out. I bet I can balance one monster's magic and match the others. Alright. You'll see the remaining cards in your deck, your discard pile, and the loot you've won so far. If you don't have the cards you need in your hand, you can always use fill hand to draw back up to 5 cards, or discard to get a whole new hand. Just be careful. Refilling a caretaker's magic is tiring. Refilling costs -1 stamina, while discarding costs 2. Okay, that's everything you need to know about combat for now. It may feel like a lot to learn, but you'll get the hang of it after a few battles. Now finish this fight. Alright. We'll just go ahead and fight. Can't enhance anyways, so. And one more time. Boom. I love that. I love the little reactions. Would you look at that? Now I just need to focus on how I can be stronger than my enemy. Using the balancing flavor to the monster's magic will help me cut their value in half. I can also improve my primary flavor by playing its enhancing flavor alongside it, boosting the value of my own magic. When faced with 2 different flavors from the monsters, I will need to pick my battles, so they say. And then here, campfire. And soon enough, I found Flambe's rest stop, and the pyre she would use to sleep in during her journeys. I figured if it was a good place for her to rest, it would be one for me too. I lit her pyre, set up my tent, and I would be able to start my next adventure from here as I explored the marshlands. I tried to sleep, but I was much too excited. So much had changed. I rushed back to Palapori, and well, here we are. A successful venture complete, and new ingredient to try. With the pyre lit, I could start my journeys from here in the future. And that's the end of the run. Not bad, not bad. I still can't believe it, Chef. I've eaten hundreds of meals in my life. I've never had magic like that. What are you putting into your food? I didn't really do anything Travers hasn't done before. I suppose I made a special meal for you, but I didn't do anything different. I just cooked it over our fire. About that. Your fire seemed, well, a bit flambe-like. Oh. It's okay, Panko. Oishi, it's good to properly meet you. I must apologize for not introducing myself earlier. You're alive. I thought it was you back at the restaurant, but I wasn't quite sure. But then when I had all this flavor magic, I just knew. You're not mad. We all make hard choices. Something brought us both here. It seems like we're to work together. Maybe you're not ready to go back out there, but I am. And it seems like you can send your magic with me. Oh, I brought back some of those minions I fought. Even if they're monsters, we shouldn't let them go to waste. I can't help but wonder what do they taste like. Do you think you could get some kind of new magic? They seem to be able to grow, so maybe I can too. It's a great idea. The monsters seem to be gaining magic from the flavor spirits they're consuming. Maybe we can channel that magic into you through our cooking. Let's head to the restaurant before bed. We need to study how to cook with minion before we can add these tales to a dish. I'm going to hang out here for a minute and try to figure out where I'm going to rest tonight. But Bull said she'd help me find a place to sleep. See you tomorrow, little chef. On a trick, attack values converted to healing. Okay. And I need to study that. Alright, let's go out. We'll go to the restaurant. So on the start of tomorrow morning, I will end this video. Let's see. Which is about to happen. Because, of course, it's night. So it doesn't... Time doesn't progress naturally. It waits for certain actions to be completed. Alright, to do this, I interact with the fridge. I put in my meat. It gives it to me, and I can saute it to test it. Alright. I do wish the tutorials wouldn't show up after you've done it already during this game. Oh, no, 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 no. Woo! I've never had an awesome on this one. I'm hoping this time I will. Nope. Maybe not. Meh. Meh. Almost. Dang. Got it great. That worked. Minion is a bit chewy, but it has some really nice umami flavor. Kind of like a medium mushroom with some herbs built in. I could probably make a new recipe base out of this. Uishi, I should write up a new recipe card. Many monster ingredients will require Panko to study how to use them by practicing their technique. Each time you successfully learn, you'll earn Chef XP. You gain Chef XP by completing quests, building relationships, serving patrons, and more. That'll get you Chef XP. Will get you Chef points, which are you're able to unlock new recipes. You earn your first Chef point. Use the recipe box to spend it. Each round this card remains in your hand, its value increases by +1. Oh, that's interesting. Travers always told me to put any new recipe ideas in here. I never felt ready before, but sauteing that meat gave me an idea. The recipe box is where Panko learns new recipe bases for caretakers and patron meals to serve to the townsfolk. The box will open when you have a chef point ready to use. Recipe bases allow Panko to start mise en place board with a new configuration. Bases are paired with starting cards and have a square icon. Look for the bases and build towards that deck you want and the abilities you want. Many have effects they unlock. Patron meals will help Panko earn more money and help unlock future upgrades. Look for the round icons, and those will unlock appeal in customers. Alright, so let's start with... Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do this one, I think. A new spin on the classic, now with monster meat. Awesome. Easy enough. Okay. Okay, it does let you open it. That's good. Alright. So let's see. I just need to go to bed now. and this is similar to like farming games and such. When you go to bed is when it auto saves. You can also save and quit. Yeah. All right, let's go to bed. I should get some rest. Go to bed. All right, it's a new day. You made all of this on your own. It's so impressive. Why, thank you. I really do feel as if I've come into my own here. So I had this idea. As I keep venturing deeper into the wilds, I'm not sure I'll always have the stamina to reach camp. I need a way to ask for help. Hmm. Yeah, some kind of call so we all need you. Know you need a pickup, and then one of us crows can come and scoop you up in our strong talons and carry you back here like a baby. Exactly. What you need is a call bell. You know what? Give me a second. Taha, it is done. Such a great idea deserves to be brought to life. Please take this with you on your next venture, and if you want to leave, just give it a ring. Ooh, I'm gonna tuck this right in by the softest moss to keep it safe. Many thanks. I'll be in the garden if you need me. Alright. I still can't believe it. We gave Oishi some of my magic through my flame and your food. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. You don't seem excited. Well, it's just like everything is changing. I was happy being a sous chef. Now Travers is gone. A random caretaker showed up. I had to cook minion meat, whatever that is, and like everything, it's just not the same. Wait, did Oishi move into my garden? That wasn't there before? No, I gotta talk to him. Alright, so on that note, I think I will end the video here. I do enjoy this game. There's a lot to like about it. Its controls, the sound effects. There's ambient sounds. Uh, the sound design is actually pretty good. Um, I feel like some of the text is a bit off, but it could just be me and how I process that information, so it may not actually be that bad. The character designs are awesome. Like the art style. I like where this is going. This has a lot of possibilities. I can't wait to see the boss battles in here because I know that's what it's leading up to. The idea of combining a cooking game with a deck building game has always interested me. So I highly suggest giving this a try. There's a link to the game in the comment down or in the description down below, along with a link to my current playlist for my current series, which is TCG Card Shop Simulator. If you're interested in that, the link is also in the description below. Other than that, in the comments, if you're over 40, let me know what you're playing. And if you're not over 40, still let me know what you're playing. Thank you and have a wonderful day.